Hi guys, Auntie Belle with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, let me just look and see if how much I'm in frame. I think that looks good. Okay, you guys, so this is part two. If you don't know what this is all about, watch part one and then you'll understand where we're at. So if you want to just watch and not go to part two, you can do that too. This is called Reverse Collage, and I'm working in this place called Abandoned Places. So just quickly, if you don't want to have to go back to part two, this is an Abandoned Places book. I've gone through this book a lot. Anyway, it's a bunch of abandoned buildings. It's really cool. So the picture itself is already really neat. So this was, or the original, like this whole part right here was the original picture photograph in this book of this abandoned hospital, which is beautiful. I added this watch face, which I turned into planets. I added this rings, added these stacks of rings, which turned into a water feature, and they all poured over this couch, which I just thought was cool. I've painted in all this water here, the snow here, the planets, the water on the stairs. I've painted in the snow or rain coming off of the railings up here, the stair railings, all the shooting stars, the lightning over here, more shooting stars. I painted this black window, this window in here black, so it's gonna be like a little planet in there. Okay, so what I need to do still is this page over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this butterfly. And on this butterfly, I want to come in just a little bit. Just a second, you guys. Bear with me while I try to come in. Okay. Is my phone gonna react? Let's see. Okay. Let me see where you're at. Let me see if I can move my book. Okay, you can see that good, but you can't see the... Oh, I need to come back out a little bit. Okay, that might be good right there. You can see this butterfly pretty good, okay. Excuse me, guys, while I move things around. Just trying to get it so you guys can see it really well. Woo! Almost knocked my damn camera over. If I go back, no, I need to come forward. Okay, so where I'm going to work at is right here and right there. Yeah, that should work out good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some planets on this butterfly. So that's what this here is, a butterfly. So I'm going to take some black paint, just black acrylic paint. Make sure it's flat. Okay, and we're going to start putting some planets in with my finger. Just little circles. This is not anything that anybody can't do. Anybody can take their finger and make some little black circles. Okay, so there's the planets. There's 3 of them there. And then I'm going to do 2 over here. I'm going to do more than 2, but the way my camera's situated, you won't be able to see all of them, so. But I'll just work on the ones that you can see. I'll put a little one right here. Just a second, I might be off camera, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me look at my camera and see what you guys are seeing. Actually, you know what? I want to make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, that's a little bit too big. Let's cut that back a little bit. There we go. Now, I have matte medium on this whole thing, or what I use is, instead of matte medium, because it's a lot cheaper, I use a clear acrylic matte spray. So that's all you need, is a clear acrylic matte spray, and that creates a matte surface just like matte medium does. It makes it a paintable surface, okay? And also it makes it a wipeable surface, so you can take a baby wipe and wipe anything off here that you don't like if you mess up. So, like, you know, I think these planets are a little big. So this planet right here is a little big, so I'm going to wipe it back with my baby wipe. Kind of just chill it out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And I'm going to use my paper towel just to wipe it off a little bit so it's not too wet. Okay. So let me see in the camera what you guys are seeing exactly so I can work this one, all three of those. Okay, and then I can work this one, and part of this one. Okay, so but I'll work those two. Okay, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to finish this one, and there's two more down below here. But I'm going to do this, and this, and this. That's for the planet. Okay, you guys are probably like, what are you talking about? All right, so let me put some colors on here. And I'm choosing colors that are already in the picture. So there's turquoise. There's this turquoise color. Oh, that's a little bit light of turquoise. Well, do I want that one or do I want this one? Just a minute, babe. I think I'm going to use this turquoise. Okay. So there's a little turquoise there. I did some planets on top of a watch face up in the corner, and these are the colors I used. So. Just a second, guys. Sorry about the... And I'm going to use this copper color by Folk Art. And I'm going to use this bronzy gold that I love. A good metallic gold is by Deco Art. That's a great gold, you guys. A lot of golds are really crappy, and they just don't look like, well, they don't look like gold. I don't know what they are. But Deco Art makes a beautiful gold. Folk Art makes some very nice metallics too. Like their bronzes and their coppers are really good, but a lot of times their gold isn't good. You can check. But the gold, this gold here, made by Deco Art, is fabulous. Okay, are these all the colors I want or not? Yeah, I think these are the colors, all the colors I want. No, there's this copper color. I'll throw this copper in there too. Okay, don't have to do that. A little bit of copper in there. Okay, so here we go. Use this gold first. And I kind of like to work on two or three planets at a time because I got all this paint on my finger. I need to use it, so. And it goes faster. Not that I want to hurry up, but you can get do more, have more fun. Okay. Okay. And I have way too much paint on here. Look how little paint I'm using, you guys. But it's hard just to pour out just a little bit. That's why it's important to have like a little, you could actually throw the paint back in your jar. I might do that. But if not, take this paint and have like a little journal that you can just throw your paint in. Which I have something. Do I have something right here? Just a second. Is this the one? Yeah, I have this journal here, and I could do that. So I'll throw my paint in here. See, I just did all kinds of stuff on this. So, okay, I need to hurry up, and you don't want this to dry. So kind of right away, start meshing. Okay, I started talking too much there. Sorry if my head is in the way at all. Okay, and start meshing, and look how cool that looks. Okay, I've kind of lost my circle, so no big deal. Let's just take it, come back with my finger, and kind of put the circle back in. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect at all. In fact, it looks better if it's not super perfect. But you don't want it to be like completely out of shape, like how I was kind of getting there. Perfect. And like that one's still really good, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so now let's go down to these two planets here. We'll do these three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's, like, you can see 4 of them. Okay, I'll do all 4 of these. You just can't see this other one at the bottom here. Here's my finger. There's one straight down there. Okay, here we go. Maybe I will do them all, even the one you can't see, because I'm only going to be there for a second. Yeah, I probably will, because then it'll all be done. Since I already have the paint out, that makes sense. Okay. I just keep a paper towel close by to kind of, you know, keep my fingers cleaned up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to the bronze color. Put a little bit of that right in the middle. Put that right there. Okay, so now, while the paint's still wet, you want to do it while it's wet, just start doing a little bit of meshing. Just tapping on it. And by tapping, you'll start meshing things together until you like it. Now, oh, I forgot about right here. Okay, that one right there, it needs more color. Like, I don't know. Let's put, it needs some, definitely needs some brown back in there. Okay, so we'll mesh that one together. This one I forgot to put more colors into it. And I'll put that right there. Okay, and let's mesh this one. Cool, and let's mesh this. That looks good. Cool. All right, let me get all this excess paint off my fingers. Now we need to go in and clean up these circles a little bit with the baby white and just make it into a little bit more of a circle. Like I said, the circles don't have to be perfect, just be circular form. Okay, might throw some more turquoise in there. There we go. And then let me clean this one up just a little bit. Okay, and the other one's good, except let me just take that little edge off there. Okay, awesome. And let me clean this up here. I think there's that paint there. Nope, that was there before. Okay, so let me see what you guys are seeing. Look how cool those planets look. But we need to define the planets, okay? So, we need to, let me dry this really quick and then we'll start defining those planets. We're going to give them a little glow coming from the planet in a second. Okay, so I'm going to define this with my paint over pen, which is a white paint pen. I absolutely love it. It's by Jane Davenport. If you're looking for a good one, check it out. Okay, this is still not, is this dry here? That's dry there. Let me just go back over this with a little bit more blow dryer. All right. Let me grab some water and we'll start. So let me see if this is the paint pen I want to use. Yeah. And this doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the less perfect, the better. Okay. And I kind of, let me just see. I'm going to experiment for a second. I want to see if I can put a glow around here. Yeah, it kind of dried too fast. I wanted to put maybe a glow around these planets. So let me see if I want to, just a second. I'm going to experiment for a second. Let me wipe this paint pen off. Isn't that beautiful? You guys, look at that. You can just wipe it right off if you don't like what you did or you want to try something else or whatever. Let me try a little white paint and put a little glow around these planets. I just kind of see what that's going to do. Okay, let's see. Do I like that? No, I don't like that either because it doesn't show up enough because it's not on black. If it was on black, a black base, it would look a lot better. Okay. All right. I experimented with that enough. Okay. Let me throw some color back in here. I kind of messed it up a little bit. We'll let this dry. Okay. All right. We'll go back to my original thing I wanted to do. Sometimes you just need to do a little experimenting and try some things. Anyway, so let me go ahead and are these wet? I'm trying to put my arm down. Yeah, these are still wet. Let me dry them. Sorry, you guys. If you want, fast forward this part. Okay, the reason I had to have these dry too, I could have just let them dry naturally, but I had my arm and I was messing it up. I was putting my arm in the paint down here on these planets. Okay, so anyway, like I said, kind of go trace around your planet and don't go perfectly around it. Okay, just like that. I think that looks more awesome than making a complete circle. Just kind of makes it look a little more natural. In my opinion. But if you're like, hey, I want it to be a perfect white circle around it, then do it. Okay? And then I'm going to do it to all of them. If you touch this white paint pen from Jane Davenport right away, you can smear it a little bit, but you got to do it right away. It dries really quick. Cool. I might hook this right here. There we go. Okay, I'm working down below. You're not going to be able to see this one I'm working on. There we go. Now I'm back here, up here. cool. Love that. Need to round this out here a little bit. Cool. Okay, so now we got our planets. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, I love those. Those look awesome. Let's do some, of course, stars, shooting stars, the whole thing. You guys have seen me do that. If you've been watching me do this, I've been doing that same MO. Let's get some, there we go. I need my spray bottle. Ooh, I hardly have any water in my spray bottle. I had some white paint here I need to reconstitute a little bit. Okay, so we have some white paint right here. Scary, I have some black right there. Okay, anyway. Let's go in here. Since this is all planets, we're gonna go in here and start putting some stars in. You know, I need to splatter some stars, so let me do that first. Let me get a different palette. Okay, we're gonna use a little white paint. Try to be a little bit. I don't have that much left in here. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of water on this, and I love this brush for splatter, so we're going to use this, hopefully. Okay. Okay, so now we got, we go ahead and make your white paint kind of liquidy so you can splatter. You can splatter with like a scruffy brush like this. You can splatter with a fan brush like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just splatter this whole side. Everything over here, because I need splatters on all this. So, and these aren't just splatters, these are going to be stars over here. They're going to represent stars. Okay, so we just did a bunch of little stars everywhere, so that's done. Now let's go back to my white paint. Where is the one I had? Here we go. And we're going to make some stars here, just some medium-sized stars. Okay, and you can take let me just make sure what my camera's doing. Okay, you make a dot, and then you just come out 1, 2, 3, just 3 flicks, and make a star. You can use little specks that are already there and make stars. And I'm using a fan brush. I love a fan brush. Not a fan brush. Oh my God, my goodness, this is not a fan brush. This is a liner brush. I love this liner brush. It's awesome. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I need to stay. See if you can see my brush. Oh yeah. Make sure I stay in frame. Okay, so we're working a pretty big area. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to do the same thing. The same thing's going to happen from here all the way to the end of this butterfly. But I'll just work it right here because, you know, we can't, for the sake of time. So I'll finish that up off camera, and then well, we'll see. We'll see how much time I have. If I can go back in after I do the lion ahead and this disc up here. Then I'm going to put some shooting stars right on top of. These are small shooting stars. And then I'm going to show you how I make the big ones, which if you've been watching my videos, you're like, Angela, we know. You do them all the time. So just your hand just going out, 1, 2, 3 flicks. Like that. And you'll get these kind of medium-sized shooting stars. In my world, those are medium. Okay, so now we're going to do the big shooting stars. Okay. Load my paint. Okay, so the larger shooting stars, you put a dot here. There's already a dot here. So from there, you just take your brush, your liner brush, and shoot out. There we go. And I love that that just went over into the nose of this lion. It makes the picture look more cohesive, like everything goes into each other. Not like they're separate things. It makes it look more like if I did paint that, it's in the picture. It wasn't pasted on top of the picture. If things are going over things like that, see? That's how I see it. Okay, and then flick out. Let's see, where else I want to put another shooting star. We'll do another one this way. And we'll flick it right over the bird. Look how cool that looks. Cool. Love it. And we'll do one more over this bird. I don't know if you could see that one. It might be a little bit off where you can't see it, but do I like that one? Actually, I don't even like it. All right, we'll wipe that off. If I'm not working in a spot you guys can see, I'm sorry. I'll be moving back up in just a second if that's the way that it is. I don't even have a good angle on this. Okay, let's just do it like this. Perfect. Sometimes my problem is that because I'm working in a book and I'm you know, I have to be in a confined space, I can't move the book to get at the perfect angle sometimes of where I want to be at when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So anyway, that looks good. You know, I have enough time. We're gonna go down here. I did that pretty quickly, so. All right, so we can go down here and do the same things. Let's start putting those shooting stars. I've got too much paint on my brush. Start putting those shooting stars everywhere. And that bird, I might put some catch lights in the eye, and that is it. I'm going to leave that bird the way it is, as a bird. Let's put some catch lights in the eye. Probably has enough catch lights now. But I'm going to put another couple big ones. Okay. So it's just 3 little flick outs, however you want to do the flicking. Okay. And if you do it the same way too much, maybe flick out kind of differently. Like flick out up first and then this way and then that way. Because I kind of keep going the same way a lot. Okay, so let's do some shooting stars now. So you could take a dot and put it right there and just flick out. There we go. Make sure you make the sound. Just kidding. Okay, so here's another one. Put a dot there, flick out. Okay, and we'll do the same thing right here. I'm kind of working below where you probably couldn't see me right there. So, okay. Or maybe you can. All right, so this looks good. Let me see if I can bring my camera up a little bit more and you can see down here. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's try to see if you can see where this eye is. All right. Let me see if I can come in any closer. Where's that eye at? You're not seeing it. Okay. You kind of bring it in a little bit more. Okay, there's an eye right there, and hopefully you guys are seeing that. See where my finger is? That's an eyeball right there. And there's already some catch lights in there from when I did this, when I did like the, when I created all these stars, when I splattered. So I just want to put a couple little catch lights, like kind of like coming out from the eye that aren't just dots. So, and I don't know if you guys are able to see this or not. Probably not, but. That's kind of too big. Let me see if I can get smaller. Just a second, I gotta resituate my liner brush. I just had way too much paint on it. All right, let me see if I can do it now. All right, let's try it again. I'm just throwing out little lines out from the eyes just to give an extra couple of catch lights if I can. Yeah, that's it. And I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not, but it's cool. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing with this lion real quick. Wonder if you can see. There we go. Oh, you can see that lion good. I'm gonna throw some catch lights coming out from this lion's eye. See, I'm just throwing little catch lights out, like little lines, kind of just like how you do the shooting stars, but just not as big. There we go. I just add a little extra to his eyes. Okay, and then what I want to do, let's come back out so you can see more. Okay. Jeez, not that much. Okay, let me see. That's going to be good right there. Yeah. Well, I can come out because I want to work on something else. I don't need to be that close. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm playing with my camera, it seems like, but I'm not. I'm just trying to get you guys the best angle as possible. Okay. So, let's take a baby wipe again, some white paint, and I'm going to create a little halo around the, around everything, around this lion's head. I'm going to do a white glow around here, and I'm going to do a white glow around this planet, this butterfly planet. It was a butterfly, which I made into like a bunch of little planets. So I'll call it Butterfly Planet. Let's see where I'm at. All right. I'm going to come back out again and drive you guys crazy in a minute. So just taking a little bit of glow. All right, let me see if I can get this going here. And we're just going around the lion's head and around this planet. There we go. And then let's just get a little bit more paint on this baby. So I have a little bit of white paint right there on the end of my baby wipe. And we're going to bring that glow out just a little bit more. And it just creates a glow around it, like it's like the head is just magically appearing. See? Not a major ordeal, but it just adds that little bit. We want to do the same thing. Let's bring this back down. We want to do the same thing. Let's see if I bring it up. Okay. Let's see what this does. Okay, we want to do that same thing right here to this butterfly. Okay. So we're just going to put a little bit of a white, get a little bit of white paint going. And to create this, you want to not have a ton of paint on your baby wipe, but just enough. And kind of spread this out a little bit. Okay. Right there, I was kind of going over a really light space, so it was hard to kind of get that going, so I had to kind of throw a lot of paint on that. Okay. All right, cool. That just gives us a little glow going out around the figure. Okay, just a little haze. That's all we want. A little white glowing. So next, let me see if there's anything on there. Okay, let me look and see where we're at. Let me bring this. Oh, cancel. Okay. Let's bring this back here. Okay, so then I'm going to use my white pencil. Okay, it's really nice when you when you paint black acrylic paint, flat black acrylic paint. Then you can use your Prismacolor pencils or whatever color pencils you have over the black. The flat acrylic paint has a great tooth to color pencil over. So you could even use like a color, a flat turquoise, and then use then you can use a darker turquoise pencil to shade this color, and do a pencil right over this, and use this as your base color, and then you use a turquoise pencil as your shading color, because it has such good tooth. The pencil, colors on it really well. It takes to the acrylic paint. It has a good tooth. Hopefully I'm being clear enough when I say this. Okay, so I'm going to put a nice little white halo over around this thing right here, this disc. I think this was a piece of jewelry, this disc right here, or was a plate. Either a piece of jewelry or a plate, I can't remember. So we're just putting a little bit of a glow around this. And we'll move that right into there. How cool that looks. Okay, so that's a little bit of glow right there. And we might add some more colors into that glow. We will see. Because there could be some more colors in this glow bouncing off from everything else in this picture. Okay, one other thing is we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to create some planets right there. Again. So I got some black paint. Let's create some planets. And the top of his head to me looks like a bridge, so we're going to put some people there. Okay, I'll fix that with my... Where did my baby wipe go? There it is. All right, let me just fix my little imperfect circle here. There we go. Wipe that right off. And we'll dry it a little bit with a dry paper towel. There we go. All right, so then we're going to take our same colors that we've been using and start dabbing it. Start dabbing in our colors. Okay. Wipe your finger off in between each one, it really helps. Between colors, not if you're dabbing into the same color, but anyway. Okay, and then we'll put some of this in here. Okay, and then we'll throw a little copper. If I have enough copper left. Okay, there we go. Wipe off my finger again, and let's start pouncing to kind of blend colors together. Not blend, mesh colors together. That's really the word you want to use. Definitely don't want to blend them all together. You want to mesh. So you leave the color there. Okay, that looks good. We're going to fix our circles up a little bit with the baby wipe. Okay. And just kind of fix things that have gone way too much out of the circle. But like I said, they don't have to be perfectly round. Just basically. Okay, that looks good there. That looks good. Okay. Now, let's dry those. Okay, so let's take our paint over pen by Jane Davenport, and it's called Unicorn. It's the color. Isn't that cool? I love the names of all her stuff. It's always really like fantasy and fairy-like, and I love it. Okay, and like I've said before, just kind of going around it kind of messily. Not perfect. And if you rub it right away, you can kind of mess it, the white circle up a little bit if you need to. I feel like you're getting it too perfect. There. Cool. That looks good. Okay. So again, we are going to do the same MO, and we're going to take some white paint. Make sure you guys are seeing everything good on those planets. And we're going to do some stars. Okay. Sorry guys. Just trying to get some white paint out. I should have that upside down. All right, let me see if we can get in it a little bit. I think you guys will be able to see. I couldn't get closer up, but I think you guys will be okay. Taking the white paint with my liner brush again, and we're just going to start making the like the medium-sized stars, 3 flick outs, however you want. I do it so much I don't put that dot down first. Remember I was telling you guys to first put a dot down and then do 3 flick outs from there. You can do that. It just kind of can help you get a start of doing it. But now I just know I don't know, they just fall out of my brush now. So I just do 3 flick outs. I don't even start with the dot anymore. I just noticed that I was doing that. I'm like, okay, I don't want to confuse people. I'm even going to do the stars, these little medium stars, over this this lion's head, and that makes him look more too like he was painted into the picture, like he belongs in the picture. Painting right over him, so he's a part of this whole planet system. Okay, and then I'm going to do some shooting stars, and of course we'll do the shooting stars. And I'm going to put a dot there and then shoot them out. Okay. Second, I got way too much paint on my brush. Let's do another shooting star right here. So we got some good shooting stars going. We'll do another one right here. Okay. Never mind, that looks cool. I have 3 right in a row like that. I was gonna say that looks too, I don't know, too perfect, but you know what? I like it, so we're just gonna leave it. Okay, so now let's do another shooting star here. I'm at a weird angle, so hopefully it works out. Yep, like it. Sometimes when you're at a weird angle and you do a shooting star, it works out really cool because you're not able to do it perfect. You can really not do a perfect one, which is what you really want. That looks cool. So let me put some little, the little medium stars on these planets. Some little stars on these planets here. That looks good. I like it. Let's put a few more stars. Okay, I think that looks really, really good. Okay, so next, what we're going to do is I'm going to, let me see how that looks. Cool. Okay, what am I doing next? Oh, right here on his head, I'm going to start creating these little people. So, what does that do if I come in a little closer? Just a second, guys. I'm going to try to come in a little closer. Okay, let me see if I can, right here. Okay, you can see that the whole time, and I'm really up close. All right, so I'm going to create these little people. I've done that over here on the side where I created the, out of a stack of rings, I created like a water feature out of that. And hopefully you guys can see them okay. It's not on, well, I'm close enough so you guys should be able to see them. And it's just silhouettes of people, not major people. So here's a head, here's a body, and here's some legs. And they kind of just, these little people just fall out of my brush. So you can even do it where you have their head point, like the nose is pointed out, and then there's a body and there's some legs. Hopefully you guys are seeing this because it's already kind of dark, but hopefully you guys are seeing it. There's the body and then there's some legs. I'll do another one here. This one you really may not be able to see. Okay, and so I just put in like 3 little people on top of his head and like a little bridge. I love doing those little people. I think they're so fun. Okay, am I almost done? I'm almost done with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I do want to throw a little teal in here with a colored pencil. I have Prismacolor pencils and I have Jane Davenport pencils. I have a lot. Okay, of different types of pencils. Let me see. Actually, I think I'm going to use this Jane Davenport. This is her her pencils, and they're really, really nice. They blend out really nice. I love them. It's called 70s eyeshadow. So just a little bit in here, right in the center here, like the color, this turquoisey color into the planet here. I think that's cool. Let me try if it looks good in here. It doesn't even show up, so we'll just do that in here. Cool. Do I want any other colors? Yeah, I think just that turquoise looks really good. You guys heard that bell? I have an eBay business, so I sell, my husband has a lot of action figures, like a lot, so I sell his action figures. I have an eBay store for that, and then I have another eBay store where I sell pre-owned clothing. So when you hear that bell, it usually means a sell, but it doesn't always mean a sell anymore. Now it can mean like you got an offer. So I used to love that sound because it was like, oh, I just sold something, but now it can either be an offer or a sell. Okay, anyway, I think I'm done. Oh my gosh, let me let you guys look at the whole thing. Am I done? Oh, wait, right here. Well, let me see where we're at with it. Let me scroll back out. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Okay, cool. So we are almost done right now, but I do want to, let me bring everything in frame here so you guys can see everything. There's one little part that I'm still going to work on here with you guys. Trying to make sure I'm in frame enough. Okay. I'll just have to move that over when I'm done. See right here, I didn't put a little bit right in through here. I did want to put a little white there. A little white there. I should have put some stars right there too, but no big deal. I'll put them in off camera or not at all. Who cares? So I wanted to put a little white right there. So you have a little glow coming out. That looks good. And then let me use that turquoise pencil again and give a little bit of a glow with the pencil. With my 70 eyeshadow color, which is what Jane calls this. And then just put a little bit of blue in here. And we're done. I think this turned out pretty cool. Let me sign it over here in the corner. I try to sign the pages. So if someday somebody sees this, and they're like, who the heck did this? And what is this weird thing? They'll know. Not really. They'll just say some girl named Angie did this. You know, I'm going to sign this in a really weird spot because I usually sign over in the right-hand corner, but there's not anywhere to do that, so I'm going to do it right here. Nothing in this whole thing is all mixed media, so I can sign however I want. I actually don't like my signature there, so I'm taking that away. I'm going to do it again. There we go.